I just had to plug in my mic, but happy Wednesday. I'm so glad you guys are here. I have a really awesome card kit for you today. Number 49. We're almost to 50. We're using the Bistro Burger bundle, and oh my gosh, the bundle is over the top amazing. If you guys caught my video on Friday, that is one of our 3 cards that we're going to give you for the kit this week. All right, let me go ahead and flip this over and put you guys in picture, right? There we go. All right. Yay! So happy to see you guys here today. Let me go over some announcements before we jump in here. So these are the host codes. This is for a small gift that will go out mid-August. And then this is the new host code for today's card kit number 49. Okay? Use that starting today through Sunday, the July 21st, all right? So new host code for the card kit 49, and that host code is the same. Use this for a small gift mid-August. Will go out. All right, and then also the bonus days are still happening. Remember, you're collecting $5 coupons in your email box that come directly from Stampin' Up for your $50 order. And the $50 order must be before shipping and tax. And it's for every increment of $50. So you spend $100, you get 2 coupons. You spend $150, you get 3, and so on. And then don't forget, for every $50, you also get an FSM token from me. Okay? So this is going on in July, and then we're going to redeem them or cash the coupons in August. So that's going to be great. Also, we are down to the last 2 weeks of the retreat. Please, if you guys are on the fence, you only have 2 weeks left to get in on the retreat. The retreat is closing for registration on August 1st. Remember, this is our annual retreat that's in my hometown here in Michigan. And we gave it a theme this year, Home for the Holidays. It's not all Christmas. It's not all Thanksgiving. It's just a theme for me to decorate the hall, you know, or the banquet room, all right? So no worries. There will be some Christmas, some Halloween, some Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, maybe fall. But what I'm most excited about is seeing the presentations we're having. They're going to be using the new holiday catalog stuff. We're swapping. We're having a shoebox swap, a card swap, and a 3D swap. And you can sign up for all 3 or just one or whatever one you want for the retreat, all right? Please, if you have any questions, reach out. We really, really want you to come. You're missing out. It's such a great time. And then also the printable went out in the newsletter. You can get the printable on my website tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock. And these are the cards we're making. So it's a 3-day, yeah, it's a 3-day event. It's a 3-page, it's 3-page printable, okay? So 2 fun folds today for you. And then a really cute, kind of like a card sketch, all right? So go ahead and get that printable on my website tomorrow. And if you're not getting the newsletter, you need to subscribe to my newsletter. It's over on my website, dawnstampingthoughts.net, right here. Go over to my website and sign up for my weekly newsletter. This newsletter goes out about 2:15 on Wednesday. Comes to your email box. Check your spam or your junk folder. In that email, you'll get the card sketch for that week for the printable. And then also the printable for the projects we're making. You guys get a sneak peek of it and the printable. And then if you don't get the newsletter, you're really missing out. So let me show you the cards. They're so cute. So now this one had me in belly laughs because this one reminds me of like Superman when he's got that glow around him. Let me take this off here. It's like Super Burger, the double-decker Super Burger. Don't you love it? It's like glowing. Woo! And then it opens up. You're kind of a big deal. I wanted to say dill, but it's kind of a big deal. It's still super cute. And then, so we're going to make a double-decker, I guess a cheeseburger for this one. And then card number 2 is a little Easel card. Isn't that adorable? So it sits up on the side here. So cute. So that's your first fun fold. And then Friday's fun fold that we did is this cute flip flap card, or I guess it's a pop-up flap card. Don't you love it? So you are going to get all the pieces to make your card. So let's go ahead and start with card number 1. I'm going to color the hamburgers with you for the first card, and then all the hamburgers and everything is going to be assembled the same way. All right? So let me get my first packet here. Also in your packet, remember in your kit, when you get that, you're going to get your little, your piece of paper, and inside your kit, you're going to have these pieces. This is going to cut your knife, which you can see here. Doesn't this look legit? I love the knife. I love the knife so much I had to use it on all 3 cards. But just know the bundle does come with a toothpick for like olives, or you can put a little banner on it. It's so cute. I'll show you the air in a minute. But the knife, you're going to get enough to cut out 3 of your knives, and then 3 of the handles for the knives, which is early espresso. Okay, so then you're just going to glue it together. How fun is that? All right, so in that little receipt that's going to come in your kit, don't flip that out, and then you're going to lose those 2 little pieces, all right? So make sure you're holding on to that. All right, let me get all my pieces. I'm going to walk through everything with you guys. You guys know the drill. We do this all together, right? Step by step. Even though I do a little bit of the die cutting ahead of time, but still, I show you exactly what you're going to do. So when you die cut your knife and your handle, these are what those pieces will end up looking like. I'm going to show you that. So you got your little handle. So cute. And then I did die cut out my little flames, right? And then I'm not cutting out your banner. And I will tell you why. Because this stamp is a rubber mount. It's cling foam. It's not like permanent. So you got the cling foam on the back, but it is rubber. So it's not a photopolymer stamp set. So it's not going to be so easy to line it up. So I thought on your scrap piece, you're just going to stamp it, and then you can die cut it out yourself. So either that, or we'll hand cut it out. I'll show you how to hand cut it out too. But the thing is, with the stylish shapes, it makes a really cute stitch line around it. So that is really cute. But if you don't have them, you can still hand cut it out, all right? And then your scrap piece of basic white, remember we're cutting the edge for scrap. This is a larger piece because we're going to have to stamp 2 hamburgers. I'm going to actually stamp it with you to show you what you're going to do. But here's one that's already done. Maybe this is good enough, right? Is this good enough? I stamped 2 of the hamburgers, and then I die cut the banner, and then I die cut out 2 of the flames. Do you want me to restamp that? I'll show you how I colored it, all right? Well, I already have one cut out, so I'll just color them with you, all right? But you're going to get a blank piece, and this is how you're going to use it to cut out your pieces for your card, okay? And then inside your card, let me get these hamburgers out of here. Got my knife. Oh, wait, this is for card number... Oh, yeah, this is for this card. Sorry. I'm having a little deja vu in my memory here. All right, so let's start with the layers of the card. Well, let's start with the base. The base is the early espresso cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score this at 5 1/2. And I've already done that for you, so I can mail it to you. Then a piece of crumb cake, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then a piece of basic white, which will be for the inside, which is also cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Then your designer paper, which is the Country Woods. This piece, they're all from the same pack, so it's double-sided. You can use whatever side you want, but the sizes do specify the placement of the card where they go. So this is your strip cut at 1 1/2 by 5. And then your larger rectangle, I guess, this is cut at 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. And then this piece is cut at 2 by 2 1/8. Let's go ahead and put those pieces together on my card so I don't lose anything, because you know how that happens, right? So we're just going to build our designer paper on the front of our crumb cake piece. Oh, I want that side. I don't want that side. See, it was almost a whoopsie. I've been known to do some whoopsies on live, right? But now we're doing the premiere, so I could still do whoopsies. All right, so we're going to put our strip. Now, you could actually put it over here if you want to, too. I'm going to put it over on the left-hand side, and we're just leaving a little border around the strip. And then this one's going to go at the bottom right. This is a really cute card sketch. And then the two, I think this is the 2 1/8. Yeah, this is the 2 1/8 side. That's going to go like this. Okay, so that's your layer for the front of the card. We're going to put this onto the early espresso. Let me pick that up. There we go. All right, now let's do some stamping. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this sample with you to show you exactly how this stamps. So now here's the stamp set. I got all my stamps I'm using out. This is the Bistro Burger. I absolutely love the stamp set, but I love the die even more. Look at the die. I have to go through the die with you guys in case you didn't see my video on Friday, because the dies are so awesome. This hamburger or cheeseburger cuts a little slit in the top of the hamburger. So that's where your knife is going to get slid right into that little cut line. It's so funny. And then you also have this little, like a toothpick, I guess. You can put the toothpick in that slit with the olives. You also have a little banner. And then you also have little triangles, which could also be like a flag. I even thought maybe those were chips. I don't know. And then I think this is, I still have not tried it since Friday, but I think this is like a condiment little tray or a little bowl of ketchup or mustard. And I think this is the bowl that it holds the condiment. And then, of course, the knife, which we're going to cut out with the silver foil sheet. And then the handle, which is early espresso. And then the flame, right? So you're going to cut out 2 of your flames. And then you have a little hot pepper down here. And then I know what this is now, but I can't pronounce it. I don't know. You guys know those meat trays that you put like cheese and like, it's like a cutlery board, but it's not that word. It's another word. Jessie knows what it is. And a lot of my viewers on Friday's video was saying what it was. And that's what it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. But this can also be a hamburger board that they serve you, you know, your hamburger and fries. And then also you have your French fry, because there is French fries in this die too, which we're not even using. Seriously, this stamp set is so over the top. And stamp, oh, and a pickle. How can I forget the pickle? The dill pickle right here. That's like almost the best part too, because I love dill pickles. But the French fries I didn't even use. And then look at the greetings. Now, it tends to be more masculine, but we all know everybody loves hamburgers. Men, women, children of all ages, we all love hamburgers. And I mentioned on Friday's video that I'm going through a hamburger phase. We get our hamburgers from Gordon's, and we get the half-pound already pre-made, you know, like the patties. So we keep them in the freezer, and then when we want a hamburger, we just take it out and put it on the grill. But man, I am like in love with those hamburgers. They're so, so good. And they're like, my mouth is watering already. But anyway, so this set tends to be for like Father's Day or a guy. But just know you can use this for whoever in whatever sex, whatever age. Time to celebrate your kind of a big deal, which I wish they would have made it dill for the dill pickle. But maybe that's a trademark saying. I don't know. But I really wish they would have done that. But it's so, so awesome. And this is in the annual catalog as a bundle. So please, if you haven't really even give this set a thought, please look at it, because you guys will love it, especially after making the cards today. They're so amazing. All right, so on your larger piece of basic white, that's going to be for my inside, you're going to stamp your 2 hamburgers, because we're making a double-decker, right? My husband would love that. Oh, you guys could use these cute little cards for like hamburger gift cards, like from Wendy's, Burger King, Sonic. I was mentioning on Friday's video too that we have a Fuddruckers here. And then In-N-Out, if you guys are lucky enough to have an In-N-Out. I know that's mainly in California. And we used to live in California when my husband was in the Navy Seabees, but we don't have an In-N-Out here in Michigan, so I don't have an In-N-Out. But I do have a Sonic, and I do love Sonic onion rings. Whew. And I love their cheeseburgers too, don't get me wrong. But I say all that because it would be really cute to give a gift card with these cards to anybody, you know? All right, so I stamped my 2 hamburgers or my 2 cheeseburgers. Oh, and I got to stamp my greeting. So we're going to stamp the time to celebrate. And I'm just going to hand cut this out because I'm going to show you that even if you don't have the stylish shapes, you can still hand cut it out. Just stamp it on your scrap, right? And then let me go ahead and stamp the inside because the inside is "You're kind of a big deal." My friend Yvette got me a shirt that says "You're kind of a big deal," and it's got a big old dill pickle. So cute. Do you remember that, Yvette? All right, so we're going to stamp the inside. Now, this is optional. You don't have to stamp the inside with this. You can stamp it with something else, but I'm going to stamp that. "You're kind of a big deal." And then I'm going to take the pickle and stamp it around the greeting, one on the left and one on the right. And then I do have one already colored, but I'll color this one since it's the first card. Okay? Excuse me. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hand cut this greeting out with you to show you that you can just cut it out. So I'm just using my paper snips. And then you're just going to pin at the end. I'm going to actually turn this down a little bit more on the top. And then pin at the end. I'm going to pin at both of the ends. Okay. Let me cut that a little bit more at an angle there. There we go. Okay, so you can pin at the ends and just hand cut it out without using your stylish shapes. Remember, this is the stylish shapes. I use this set a lot. If you don't have this in your collection, you should be adding this too because this is an amazing die collection. It's got the squares, circles, and the pennants. Okay, so but if you don't have it, you can always hand cut it out. All right, and then you're also going to take your die. Here, let me show you. You're going to take your hamburger die and you're going to die cut out your 2 hamburgers. Okay, so cut that one and cut that one. And then you're also going to cut out your flame. Now what I did is I took the flat edge and I lined it up on the edge, cut that one out, and then I turned it, which you can see here on the sample here. So it kind of like mirrors itself. And then I kind of conserve some of the basic white, but that's totally up to you. All right. So cut out 2 of your banners, and then that is what your scrap is going to look like after you do all your cutting, okay? Now, where did I put my hamburger? There it is. All right, now I do have one already cut, and I actually have them all colored, but I'm going to color one with you, because I'm going to show you how I colored it, all right? And we're going to color our pickles. Let me get my other hamburger here. All right, so I have my 2 hamburgers, and I have one that I'm going to cut. Now, you can see the slit right here. Let me see if I can get my knife in here, and I'll show you. Because my fingernail is kind of too big to go in the slit, because it's just made for the knife. But you can see right here. See, it's like a little cut line at the very top of the hamburger bun, and it slides behind the hamburger. So crazy. It's so awesome. All right, now let's color. We're going to use our crumb cake. We're going to color the bun first. And here, let me zoom in a little bit. All right, how does that look? All right, now I'm going to take my crumb cake dark, and I'm going to use the brush tip. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to color around the edge of my bun. and the bottom edge of the top bun, and then come up on the other side. Not quite all the way around. I don't need it to go all the way around. And then I'm going to do the bottom bun the same way. Just go around the edge. Okay. I'm going to kind of go around the lettuce and the cheese a little bit, just touching it barely. And then we're going to go in with the light crumb cake. And I'm going to add my color to the image really quick, just having that color saturate the dark so I can blend that out. And then I'm going to make it in circular motions around that dark crumb cake. Pushing it out, or pushing it in, I should say, so I don't have that hard line. And then I'm not going back over the top because I want that a little bit lighter. I just want the dark edges to fan into the center, okay? That looks good. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom bun, just coloring the center and then going back and kind of blending the edges a little bit. So cute. All right, and that's with the crumb cake. Then I used the Poppy Parade for the tomatoes. Now, I would not get tomatoes on my hamburgers. I always have them hold it. I do not like tomatoes. I never have. And I'm kind of glad because there's something in tomatoes that kind of affect rheumatoid arthritis. Isn't that what you guys have heard? So, and I think the green peppers are kind of like that too, like they're nightshades or something. All right, so that was Poppy Parade Light. Poppy Parade Light. And then I'm using, for the lettuce, I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist. And you just have to color each section of the cheeseburger because the more you color, the more the images are going to pop out at you to where to color. So I'm going to color the lettuce on the bottom first, right below the hamburger patty. And there is a piece of cheese right here, which I will show you that when I color it in. Let me color this lettuce here at the top. Just got to see where I'm moving my marker here. And then there's a row of pickles above the lettuce and the tomato. Do you guys remember the Big Mac song? 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese on a sesame seed bun. I was Employee of the Month at McDonald's. I want you to know. I was actually twice. All right, so then I'm using the Daffodil Delight Dark for the cheese. And there's like a little cheese here that looks like it's like melted almost. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And then for my pickles, I'm using the Old Olive. Our friend Dave is over, so if you hear the guys talking, that's what that is. Old Olive Light. I gotta clear my throat. Something's in there, not a frog. And I'm gonna color in my pickles. Okay. Looks so good. And then for my hamburger patty, I'm using the Pebbled Path. I'm going to use the dark. And again, like the hamburger bun, I'm just going to go around the edges of my patty. Just adding the dark first. And really the two colors, the light and the dark, you can tell there's a difference, but there's still a darker color. Oh, there's a little lettuce piece there I forgot to color in. Okay. Then we're going to take our light Pebble Path. It looks weird like that, but wait till it colors in. It's going to look really good. I'm going to color in the light, making sure to stay away from the lettuce and the cheese. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and color that lettuce in. Okay. So there's my hamburger patty with the Pebbled Path. Doesn't that look good? It looks yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so then you're going to color 2 of your hamburger patties, and then you're just going to stack it, stack it on top. Isn't that awesome? So you got a double-decker cheeseburger. I love it. All right, now let me get my scrap here. I'm going to sponge my flames. I really should get my other flames out. Let me get these 2 over here. At least I'll have a couple, and then I won't have to do them all. But I'll do these 4 here, and I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight Classic Ink and the Pumpkin Pie. And we're going to sponge the daffodil on first. So I got my blending brush. And I'm just going to add my daffodil to the flames. Because you're going to need 2 flames for just this one card. So color in or blend on your daffodil. I like my yellow kind of dark. And then the pumpkin pie is just going to go over the tips of your flames. That's what gives that glowing, like fire embers or fire flames or whatever. I love it. Okay, so there's them. One more. I'll have to do another set for the other card, but at least I got a couple of them already done up. Okay, then we're going to use our pumpkin pie. Let me close up this ink pad. Pumpkin pie. And this one, we're just going to go around the edges of the tips of the flames. Bring this one down. I've been using this piece of balmy blue in my office for when I was making the other cards. And I thought, I might as well just use that since I've been using it. Keep my grid paper somewhat nice. Even though that is what grid paper's for, but when I'm making weekly videos and I'm having to change out the grid paper just so that I start with the clean one. But in my office, I use all the scraps of the grid paper. So nothing gets wasted or thrown away. All right, so here's my flames. Don't they look good? Let me show you them up close. Ooh. All right, we'll keep these inks close because I think I'm going to need it again. All right, so let me show you. Oh, wait, we got to color our pickles on this card here. So let me do that really quick. Again, I'm using the Old Olive and the Old Olive Light. And I'm just going to color in the pickles. No shading, just color it in. Just make sure you're coloring it in really good. It's making my mouth water just looking at this. I could just think of pickles and my mouth waters. I love dill pickles. Griffith does too. But Griffith likes sweet pickles too. My grandmother used to love sweet pickles. And then I'm also going to use the... You guys know I like to do this with the pool party. I'm going to outline my pickle with the pool party light. Just add a little shadowing. I know I'm kind of weird, but I like that look of it. It makes them pop off the page, don't you think? All right, so it looks like we're done coloring. Woo! I love it. All right, let's put this in the card so we get that done. Here's our card. They're kind of a big deal. That's going to go on the inside. Now we won't have to color all the hamburgers because you guys see me color it, right? All right, and then we're going to take our hamburger. We're going to make this into a double-decker. So I'm going to color, or sorry, I'm going to add my adhesive to the top of the bun. I really didn't even have to color that part, but I wanted to show you how to do it. So add your adhesive to the top of the cheeseburger, and then you're just going to fit this onto the cheeseburger right so it fits on there. Doesn't that look good? It looks so awesome. All right, and then we're going to put our knife together. Let me show you what I did for the knife. I got to get my liquid glue. And I'm going to add the liquid glue to my handle. I find that that's a little bit easier to add it to that and then put that onto the knife. The silver foil sheet. Grab it. Then you just set that onto the silver foil sheet. And the silver foil sheet is what's showing through the steak knife on the handle. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Looks legit. I know, it really does. And then we're going to slide this into that slit at the top of our cheeseburger, or double-decker cheeseburger, I should say. Hold on, I got to make that slit here. There we go. Oh my gosh. And then depending on where we put this on the card, you might have to adjust that. So let me get my dimensionals. You can use black dimensionals. I think I listed both dimensionals for these cards. And I'm just wanting to make sure I get a dimensional on the overlapping cheeseburger, so I add the extra adhesive to that. All right, now we're gonna see where we're gonna put this on the front of the card, right in the center. Because see, if the knife was too high, then it's gonna stick out on the top. So just kind of angle it so you make sure you get it into the front of the card really good. And I'm gonna put a dimensional on that. Then peel off the backings of our dimensionals. So cute. And then put this onto the front of the card. Make sure that's going to clear there. Okay, and then we're going to take our, I'm going to add some glue to the flames. I'm just going to add a little bit just to touch the back. And all you're going to do is you're going to take the flame. Now you will have to trim this down because see how that's a little long there? So let me get my snips. Where are they at? Let me see. I think I snipped. Yeah, I'm going to snip this end down here. It's just a little bit too long. I just want it to be the same length as my double-decker. Look at it. It's almost like a racing double-decker with just one flame. That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right, and then kind of figure out which side you want to cut down on this one over here. I think I'm going to cut the same end on this one. Or that short end down there, and put my adhesive on the back. Just touching the base of the flames. And then just tuck them into the back. I love it, I love it. I'm going to grab a, oh, I thought that was my black mini dimensionals. I'm going to grab, I don't have any black mini dimensionals over here for real. There we go. I'm going to grab a couple, or actually just one black mini dimensional and put it right behind the knife. And stick that down so it doesn't go flapping around on my card. And then the black, it's tiny enough, it fits back there really good. See? Isn't that cute? And then you're going to take your, I'm going to use the one I hand cut out. Take some more mini dimensionals. And we're just going to put that time to celebrate at a slight angle up in the top left-hand corner. And that's your card number 1. Time to celebrate. So my cousin's husband is retiring from the police department, and I'm going to give him one of these cards because he is kind of a big deal. He likes hamburgers. Isn't it cute? You're kind of a big deal. And he's going to laugh because he knows I love pickles too. So it's so freaking awesome. Don't you want this bundle now? Seriously? I love it. All right, let's clean up our little area here, and we'll move on to card number 2. All right, put my scissors over here so I don't lose them. All right, so card number 2, and here's my first card. Same, but different, right? So cute. All right, so card number 1. Yay! All right, let me flip over my printable here. Card number 2 is our Easel card, our first fun fold. So cute. This card is adorable. Let me put all these dimensionals back here. I got a little mess going on. All right. Got my card number 2 here. So it folds flat. This is actually a 4x4 card. So it will fit into a regular size envelope. It's just a different size, but it's so cute and petite, right? So let's get our consumables for this card. We'll make that one. All right, I got all my pieces ready to go. So your basic black, oh yeah, let me show you here. So this is your scrap. Remember, the angle cut is off one corner. This is how you're gonna stamp and die cut your images on this card. You will need the pickle, so stamp that and cut it out, which I already did, and 1 hamburger or 1 cheeseburger. And then you're kind of a big deal. You will be separating these words like you know how I like to do. So, but you can keep it all together if you want, just put it all as one piece. But I stamped it to cut it out, so we're gonna cut that out. But that's what this piece of basic white is for. And then your basic black, don't lose my knife. This piece is cut at 4x8, and we're gonna score that together. And then you're gonna need your flame, which I got one over here already colored in, so that's good. I'm gonna take that one and replace that one. And then I got my knife. Let me glue my knife on here, and then I'll tell you the rest of the measurements. Is that the way? Yeah, that's back side. The knife is so cute. I don't know about you, but I really think Stampin' Up hit it out of the ballpark with this die collection and this stamp set. They thought of everything. Okay, there's my knife. There's my cute little pickle and my cheeseburger and my time to celebrate. This is another one of those if you want to hand cut it or use your stylish shapes. And then your another piece of basic black, which is cut at 4x4. And then a piece of the To Market designer paper. This is the really pretty Blackberry Bliss. This piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then a piece cut at 1 by 3 3/4. And then a piece of white, which is going to be for the inside. I don't think I wrote this down on the measurement, but this is going to be cut at 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I'll make a note and I'll change it on the PDF before it actually is posted on my blog. All right. So 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. All right. So let's grab our paper trimmer. We're going to score a basic black piece. Remember, this is 4x8. We're going to score this at 2 and 4. Now, if you wanted to add a bigger piece to this card for signing, because we're going to add this piece here to the center for signing, but if you wanted to add a larger piece, say the 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, you can definitely cut out another piece of basic white and just put it on the back side. But for our card, I'm going to put it on the inside for signing. Okay? So cute. All right, so on your 2-inch, let me get my bone folder. On your 2-inch score line, that's where our easel part is going to go for the card to sit up. Super cute. So now our easel is cut at 4x4, and it's the same width as the basic black. So I'm going to add the cardstock. Actually, I'm going to add the glue to this inch or this 2-inch area right here. I'm just going to cover it because it's the same width of it. And we're just going to line this up on all the edges, the bottom and the 2 sides. And then it looks like it's all one piece, doesn't it? Can you see it? Okay. And then you're going to add your designer paper to that square. (3 3/4 by 3 3/4). Have a little edge around that easel part. And then down here in the front is where we're gonna put our little easel part right here. So I'm gonna add this strip of designer paper at the bottom, and you can kind of eyeball, but let me put the designer paper, or the, sorry, I'm all fumble fingers here. I'm gonna put the piece of basic white inside first, so I know where to kind of guide where my designer paper is gonna go. Because this is gonna be above your easel part that's gonna set up. And I wanna definitely have enough room to allow for my designer paper to sit there. Let me put that back a little bit further. Right about there. See, then it's gonna sit there. It's not gonna sit like that, but you get the idea. And then our time to celebrate is gonna go on dimensionals. Let me grab some of those. I'm gonna grab 2. I got my black dimensionals. Bounce them over there. This is gonna actually be the easel stopper now. So this is gonna go onto the front, right down here, onto that strip, right in the center, right there. So then that's gonna be actually the stopper for the card. And then I put my strip of the flames. Did I do that on the bottom? Oh, I did it like that. That looks actually good like that too. But I put it like this. So let's do it like that. Just add some, did I put it on with dimensionals? Let me see here. I think I put it on dimensionals. All right, let's do it with dimensionals. I forget. I think I put 3 dimensionals here. 1 on each of the bigger flames, or maybe 2. No, 3. Okay, so 3 mini dimensionals go on the flames, really nice. And then we're gonna have the flame part going up towards time to celebrate. It's on fire. Isn't that cute? And it's a little bit longer than the banner too, so it just looks so cute there. All right, and then we're gonna take our hamburger, and again, we're gonna take our knife. Feel free to use the olives or the banners, the flag. It's just, I just love the knife. It's my favorite. Am I overreacting, or are you guys feeling the same way? For real. This is right up my alley. I love it. So we're going to put our hamburger, cheeseburger, right over here on the front right bottom. And then a mini dimensional on our pickle. That's going to balance up against the cheeseburger on the left. Just because it's so cute. Put our little cheeseburger and little pickle right there. And then you got all this space right here. So if you wanted to add that greeting, let me show you. If you just want to cut it out, let's see what that looks like before you start cutting it, separating it. I like separating the words. It just seems like it's more uniform. Well, not really uniform, maybe is the word, but maybe customized. I don't know. Kind of like a customized cheeseburger. Man, I want a cheeseburger. All right, so you're kind of, that's really crooked here. Hold on. You're kind of a big deal. So you could put that right here too if you wanted to just put that whole greeting right there. Okay, so let me show you the one that I did. I'm going to make it with the separated words, but I do have one that's done so you can see what it looks like next to each other. So it's the same greeting, it's just cut up, right? See it? I'm going to cut mine up, so I'm going to show you. And there's enough space between the words, you can cut it really good. So I'm going to keep your kind is together on one little strip. So your kind, we're just going to put this right up at the top. And then of, we're going to separate that. I'm going to keep the of, It sounds weird like when you're saying it separated like that. Kind, your kind of a, move that dimensional down, I went up too far. You're kind of a, trim that down a little bit more. This is going to go over to the right, and then big and deal are going to get separated. I got to trim that down a little bit closer. So there's a space between the big and the deal. So you can definitely cut those apart. And then just put a little mini dimensional on those two words. It's perfect. It's not like hard to cut. You know, sometimes when you separate greetings, sometimes it's like really tight. This one's pretty good. I like it. You guys know I like doing this. Cutting up my words. All right, so you're kind of a big deal. Ta-da! You're kind of a big deal. And it's an Easel card. Isn't that adorable? Here, let me see if I can hold it up here sideways. So cute with the flames and the knife. Of course, I gotta say the knife. And then you would sign right there. But like I said before, you could put a piece of 3 1/4, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 on the back if you want. But that's definitely enough room to write congratulations or whatever, you know, on your retirement. So there's that one, and here's this one. Super cute. I love it. All right, so there's card number 2. So far, so good. You guys loving it or what? Let me know. I want to know. Let me color these flames because I'm going to need 2 of them for this card. So let me go ahead and do that really quick, and then I can put these inks away. Get my daffodil. All right. Spongy, spongy, blundy, blundy. Like I said, I like my flames a little darker. And then add a little pumpkin pie to the tips. Well, that one really went on a lot. That's all right. It's still cute. All right, so we got that. Now I can put these away. That's good. Get them off my desk. Right? All right. Now we got our 2 flames for the next card. This card is definitely a wow. And it's very minimal supplies. You guys are going to love it. If you didn't see Friday's video, where have you guys been? For real. All right, so let me give you the measurements of all our pieces. Of course, I've already colored my hamburger. I got my knife. Got my 2 pieces already colored for the inside. This is going to be your scrap piece. Remember, it's angle cut. This is what you're going to cut and stamp out of this piece. So you're going to cut out your flames, you stamp your hamburger, and then here's to a great guy. You don't have to use that greeting, but that's what we're using on ours, all right? So I'm going to actually cut that out before we finish our card. So that's the scrap, which you're going to use for that. And then your base of your card is the early espresso. I made so many of these, I should know the measurements by heart now, but the early espresso is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then your piece of Country Woods, we're using this piece. Your front piece is going to be cut at 4 1/4. No, sorry. What is it? I should know this. 4 by 4 3/4. 4 by 4 3/4. This piece is cut at 4 by 7 1/2. And we're going to score those 2 pieces. Then if you want to add your inside, we've got 2 pieces of basic white. These are cut at 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay? And then of course your hamburger. Where's my knife? I think I got an extra knife over here. I think one fell out. Here it is. Let me glue my knife before I lose it. All right. Just let me go ahead and do that before I lose it, because it's like so much action on my desk right now. Put a little glue on your handle and then just build it up, right? Adorable. let's grab our paper trimmer. We're going to score. Oh, we need our 1-inch circle punch too. Did I even bring that over? I can do it later though. I'll show you how you can do it later if you don't have a circle handy. All right, so on our 4 by 4 3/4 piece, we're gonna score on the 4 3/4 side. Now, this is the thing, whatever side, now if you're using directional paper when you make these cards in the future, make sure you know what side is up and what side is down because it's gonna matter when you score it. So I want like this darker wood grain at the bottom of my card. So I'm going to put this at the bottom and this side up at the top. So if you're using like directional paper that goes a certain way, you want to make sure you know you're going vertical, all right? So you're going to score at the top at 1 5/8. And that 5/8 is right past the half and right before the 3/4. So 1 5/8. Did I do that right? Yeah, 1 5/8. This is going to be the top. This is going to be the bottom. Now on your 4 by 7.5 piece, again, I'm going to use this piece as the inside of my flap card, but we're going to score the top of this piece, the 4 by 7.5. We're going to score this at 3.5. So the top is the 3.5. I'm folding it both ways because I want that darker edge to be at the bottom of my flap card. So when you're pulling this flap card, it's going to open up like this. Pull it, open up. You guys remember the card? Want me to show you again? I know it's kind of weird to look at the card because you're thinking, how in the world is it doing that? So you're pulling this flap here where the dark designer paper is, and you're gonna pull it and it's gonna flap open. It's actually gonna like snap. Snap, snap, boop, boop, boop. Okay, so this is the card we're making. So this piece right here, the 4 by 7.5, scored at 3.5. This 3.5 piece is the top of our flap. And then the 1 5/8 is the top of the front of the card, all right? Very important for the next step. We're going to grab our adhesive. This time we're going to put our adhesive. You can see that this square, this is the bottom of my card. This is the 1 5/8 up here. This piece right here is smaller than this piece, which we scored at 3.5, right? The top. So I'm going to put my adhesive on this smaller piece on the back side only for right now. Don't go above that 1 5/8 score line. And you want to put, enough adhesive on there. You don't want it to come off. And you're just going to line this bottom section up at the bottom of our 3.5-inch score line area, the top section. So then there's no adhesive here. Okay, and then this is your 1 5/8 score line. Okay, so now it should look like this. This should measure your layer for your early espresso piece, which is your 4 1/4 by 5.5. So this should measure 4 by 5 1/4. And it does. It measures perfectly. All right, now we're going to grab a ruler and a pencil, but I'm going to actually grab this pin. I'm going to show you here. Now, this is the front of my card with this pulley here. See how that works? I love it. We're going to flip it over, and above this fold line right here, we're going to take our ruler, and we're going to measure up 1/2 inch and make a little pencil mark right there, and then flip it over on the other side here and mark it again at 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch is right about, wait, this stamp is in my way. Hold on. Mark it at 1/2 inch. Now, the reason we're marking this at 1/2 inch is because that 1/2 inch is going to give you enough play on the card. So when you pull this, the card is actually moving. Let me show you from the side, because that's how the card works. You see how that moves right there? You see how that moves? This is the layer we're adhering down. So the reason we're marking that 1/2 inch area is so there's a little give right there. So that flips up. All right. So then after you mark your 1/2 inch above your fold line, I'm going to draw a line here so you can see exactly where I'm talking about. It's much easier to see it on the, okay, so here is my 1/2 inch. Can you see that? Ugh, that's not very good, is it? Let me see if this pen is a little bit better. Sorry, guys. It's just that it's dark. There we go. That might be better. Can you see that now? Yeah, you can kind of see that. All right, now, this is where we marked up a 1/2 inch. Now, you're only going to apply your adhesive above that 1/2 inch line. So only up here is where we're going to add our adhesive. That's the only place. And then that's going to give your card some give to move, to do the flap. See what I did? So only adhesive above that 1/2 inch score line. And then you're going to put this onto your early espresso piece. And that's the only piece that's going to actually get stuck down to the card, because the rest of the card is going to move. So that piece up there, and then your card, once you punch your hole, is going to flatten. Here, let me burnish this edge here. I got to fold this over here. There we go. All right, so make sure you fold your score lines because it makes it better. I got dimensional backings everywhere, okay? So then you're going to punch your circle out. Do I got my circle punch over here? I thought I left it over here, but maybe I didn't. All right, so but if you do forget, just flip this forward and then punch your circle out in the center, 1/2 of a circle. And it's just a thumb pull where you're going to pull that designer paper. So that's how you do it without, you know, having to move it. So just flip this up. Punch your circle, okay? I don't have my circle punch over here, so I can't do it, but I'll show you my other one. But you want the circle punch out because the thumb is to show the receiver of the card that they're supposed to pull this dark early espresso piece, so they flip that. See that? So you want to have that circle there so they know how to activate the card. That's what that's there for, all right? All right, now let's go ahead and cut our greeting here. Here's to a great guy. Remember, this is on your scrap, but you can cut any greeting from any stamp set. It's just I'm using the one from the stamp set. To a great guy. Okay, we're going to pop that up on dimensionals. And then let's put our knife into our cheeseburger again. Oh yeah, also I want to give you guys some tips on this card. When you're making your card, go back and look at my Friday blog post or my Friday video. I show you a couple other samples. I don't have them over here. But I mentioned on this card where that 1 5/8 score line is. You don't want to go above that score line because when you're pulling this, you don't want your like embellishment to interfere with the flat part of this card. Here, let me fold this part. There you go. You don't want that to interfere with the flap of the card. So keep all your decorations and stuff below that 1 5/8 score line. So the opening opens good like that. Okay. So when you're putting your cheeseburger on, you want to make sure that the knife is not going to be in the way. Okay. Oh, and I don't want to put a dimensional right there yet because I'm going to put my flames on. All right. So I'm going to put this, remember your mark is up here, right here. So I'm going to kind of estimate here. I'm going to put my knife to the side and I'm going to bring that down. My score line's right there. Okay, right there. And then for my flame, I'm going to use 2 pieces. I'm going to kind of piece them together because we're going to go across the bottom edge of our cheeseburger here. Wait, what did I do? Let me put this on first. put your flame on here. I'm going to actually come over here. And then put this one on just to continue across the way here. Trim this one off. You're going to need two because one isn't long enough. And just trim that off. Okay? And then take your cheeseburger again. I'm going to put that right there. I'm feeling for my score line. I don't want that to interfere with that. And then take your, oh, I pennant the Here's to a Great Guy, but I didn't do that with this one. I just made it straight. I'll show you the other one too. Okay. Trim that out a little bit more. So here's to a great guy. And I just put that right over here to the left of the cheeseburger. Okay, so there's that. Let me trim this down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so there's the front. Remember to keep everything below that 1 5/8 score line. And then it should flip really good. Because see, it clears it. See it? You don't want anything to hinder that. Let me put a mini dimensional on that knife. Grab two. Don't want two. Just need one. Okay. Tack that knife down. Isn't it cute? All right, and then the inside, I went ahead and stamped. Let me go ahead and stamp with this 2 pieces here with you to show you what I did. So these are the way these panels are going to go into the card. So let me get my Memento ink. We're going to stamp your kind of a big deal that's going to be on one of the panels. Stamp it right in the center. Hopefully this is straight. Oh, it's a little mark, but I've already got them colored, so it's all good. And then I'm going to stamp a couple pickles again. I'm going to actually cover that up. Stamp a couple pickles, one over here, one over there. There's no mistakes. All right, and then on the second panel, I'm going to stamp Time to Celebrate. And this one I'm going to stamp over to the left a little bit of the center so I can stamp another half of my cheeseburger. Yeah, this is Time to Celebrate over to the left. Looks pretty good. And then for my cheeseburger, I'm just going to ink up half of it. And I'm just going to stamp that right up next to that Celebrate. Just so that I can get half of my cheeseburger on that little panel there. Okay. All right, and then let's go ahead and show you my colored ones. Here is my You're Kind of a Big Deal. And then the Time to Celebrate. And remember, these are cut at 3 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. You're going to need 2 of them, all right? Definitely going to use those on another card because I'm going to make more of these. All right, so then you're going to open up your card, right? And I'm going to put my cheeseburger at the bottom. I'm going to put my You're a Big Deal. I'm going to put this up at the top. This is going to go right up into that little area where that's going to fit perfectly right there. And then this one is going to go at the bottom. Now, the trick here is you don't want to put this at the bottom of your strip. You want to put it up towards the score line next to the last one because remember, this is your 1/2 inch area that you're going to show to pull or the receiver to pull to activate the card. So you want to move that up to the center. And then this is going to show at the bottom, which is what you want, right? Don't forget to do your thumb pull here or your finger pull. And then that's the inside. Don't you love it? I love this card so much. And another good thing is it's so flat. I mean, no extra postage whatsoever. Because it is, and it's just a wow, over the top action card. Interactive, right? Love it. Just remember, if you do, like on my samples that I showed you on Friday, I did tie like a bow around the top. You can add some embellishments up here. Just keep stuff away from that center, or that, not that center, but the 1 5/8 score line. because this is what activates that flip. But you can put something up on the top of it, just not below it. The dimensional backing is back here. It's stuck to my, there it goes. It's stuck to my dimensional. I got dimensional backings everywhere. Isn't it cute? All right, let me show you the one that has the pennant on the ends where I flagged it. So you can decide on what you want to do with your greeting, if you want a pennant or you don't. And then this is the circle thumb hole right here. See it? So this will tell the receiver to actually pull this to activate the card. Okay? Boop, boop, boop. Richard, my father-in-law, would love this card. Let me do it again. Okay? Now, to sign, you can put another piece of basic dimensional backings everywhere. Put another piece of basic white on the back if you want, all right? So there's your card number 3. Awesome. Don't you guys love this bundle? Seriously? Tell me how much you guys love this bundle. It's kind of like a sleeper in the annual catalog. It's like just sitting there oh so quietly, and then bam, it's like, where have you been all my life? Really? All right, let me show you the cards again. Don't forget, hey, reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or how much you guys love this Bistro Burger. Dawn@theglitterpit.com. Email me here. This is the way you get a hold of me, all right? So card number 3, the flap card. Card number 2 is the Easel card. Adorable. And then this is your super double decker. I love it. All right. Also, don't forget to go print out your printable. Has all the measurements. And I'm going to add the basic white piece to the card number 2. I forgot to add that. But print this out, put it in your folder, put it in your email folder, wherever you keep them, because this is definitely a keeper. Don't forget, 2 more weeks for the retreat. Come join us. And then we have our 2 host codes. If you want this kit, which why wouldn't you? You will need the bundle to finish your projects, but you'll get all the consumables and everything to make your cards. This is card kit number 49. Use this host code starting today through Sunday. When you use the host code, it tells me that you want the card kit. If you don't use the host code, then you don't get the card kit, all right? And if you want to use this host code, you'll get a small gift in the middle of August, all right? All right, so there's your 2 host codes for this week, all right? Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I love our time on Wednesday. All right, if you guys have any questions about the projects or even more ideas on how I can use this awesome bundle, let me know. I'm really, really loving this bundle. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll see you guys on Friday for another fun fold, all right? Love you guys. See you then.